Welcome, my name is Zach, this is Good Again Healing, and here I am just spilling secrets. So what we're going to go into in Ayurveda is the 20 universal qualities, and these are 10 pairs of opposites that we use in Ayurveda to assess and create balance in our being. So we can assess everything. So whether that's, what time of day or what kind of food, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to be making little images as we go, depending on if it's summer, winter, fall. The time of day matters, how these gunas are affecting us. Say, let's get this arc tool. Nice. We got our big little earth. The sun's coming down. Your little guy here standing. Getting beat down by the sun. What kind of gunas are you being impacted by? Well, we have hot. Let's blow this up. Hot. It's a little skewed. There we go. Wait. Possibly sharp. Light. We're getting like, visible light versus weight light. Like bones are hollow and light versus light, hot, heat. It rises, it goes upward, like a candle flame goes up, right? We got a little mini candle flame coming through. Got a little creamy looking candle. Oh, don't need that. Right. Going up is this kind of a light. Cool. So that's kind of like a basic, but let's just go to a new thing. Window type. So the sutra, because we use Ayurvedic Sanskrit sutras in order to lorem ipsum dolor. Yes, I get it. So Guru Manda Hima Snigdha. Guru Manda Hima Snigdha. Shlakshana Sandra Mridu Stira Sukshma Vishada. So that should be 10 wound. Cool, 10. So Guru Lagu. Stick with me. It's great to memorize these things. It's great to memorize the sutra. Guru Manda Himasnigdha Shlakshana Sandra Mridu Stiraha Gunaha Susukshma Vishada Vimshati Saviparyayaha. That lists this first side, and their opposites are the 20 universal qualities. It's just as like a basic sentence. But we can unpack this because these sutras are dense. So Manda is dull. Tikshna is sharp. Hima is cool or cold. Ushna is hot. Snigdha is oily and dry. Ruksha. Shlakshna is slimy, and Kara is hard or rough. Sandra is dense. Drava is liquid. And I'll write this in English. Mridu, soft. Katina. It's like a t. I'll write a th. Stira, chala, mobile. Sukshma, subtle, so gross. Or stula, Vishada is clear. Pichila avilaha. So sticky, cloudy. So we've got our Sanskrit version. Let's do heavy, light, dull, slash slow is another consideration. Tikshna is sharp. Hima is cold slash cool. So this is like Hima slash Shita. Cool. Shita's first. Shita, Hima. Two eyes, and it's not the S word, right? Like Ushna is hot. Snigdha is oily. Ruksha. I'm repeating this. I'm just gonna leave this unedited because we want to repeat these things. We want to go over them many times so that we really pull them in. So Ruksha is dry. Shlakshnakara, slimy and rough. Sandra, dense and liquid. I'm gonna do soft, hard. Stata is static or stable. And mobile is chala. Sukshma, subtle. Stula is gross. Gross as in like large, apparent, seen, visible, noticeable. Vishada, clear. Pichila, avilaha, cloudy, sticky. Or sticky is pichila, avilaha is cloudy. Sticky. Okay, so where do we see these things? So let's go over. So Guru Lagu, right? Let's just create outlines and then ungroup these. Guru Lagu, like, you know, dumbbells. If you're doing some weightlifting, right? You got the big guy. He's a heavy boy. And he picks up heavy things, right? Cute. Okay. He's got these thick legs because he's doing deadlifts. He doesn't skip leg day, right? Cool. So that's like a heavy guy, and then like in a frame, like, you know, skinny mini Vata person, they're gonna be light. They might as well be a ghost. We got our specter here. A specter. A ghost is light, right? Cool. So Guru Lagu, heavy, light. Right? Manda Tikshna. Or new. So Manda, something that's like dull, dense, like our ice cream. You got your tub, you got your spoon, and you're scooping away. Right? You're filling this mouth with ice cream. All I eat is ice cream and I don't feel anything. I'm dull to my own emotions. Right? Tikshna, like opposite. So like a chili pepper. That's a sharp thing. Right? People love green chilies here in New Mexico. And red chilies also. Nice. Right, you got your chili peppers. What else is sharp? Like whiskey is sharp, right? Don't drink whiskey on rock at 4 o'clock, as Dr. Ladd would say. Got your whiskey glass. You need some ice cubes in your whiskey. Obviously. Oops. This is your whiskey on the rock. Don't drink it at 4 o'clock. Right. You don't need rum, just chant rum. Rum, rum, rum. Muladhara chakra sound. Cool. Cold, hot. That spectrum. Real simple. Like, winter is cold, summer is hot. Nice. Food. Back to the chili pepper. It's also hot. Foods aren't just one quality, so we take into account many qualities that are happening. These are just, I'm just going through qualities of stuff in general. Let's keep it going. Snigdha ruksha. So snigdha is oily, ruksha is dry. So if you have dry skin, put oil on it. That balances it. If it gets too dry, it'll become rough. And then to balance out that roughness, then you need to be using slimy things like extra oil or like super slimy oils, like coconut oil, like room temp. It's like this thick, like slime, like you could make like a little pile of it. It's still solid, slimy. Coconut oil. Drava Sandra. So dense liquid. If you have, I'll go to the sciences. Like if your nose is blocked up. Like this morning, I woke up, my nose is totally congested. If I drink hot liquids, I mean those qualities, because like thick mucus would be dense and cold. Mucus is generally cold. Drinking hot liquid liquefies and dissolves that and alleviates my congestion. Awesome. Qualities at work. Mridu katina, soft, hard. So if you have really hard stools, your bowel movements are just coming out like rabbit pellets, then you can use soft foods in order to balance that. You know, you got like here, if you do that Bristol stool chart, there's one version where they're like kind of together, but you can still see the rockiness. Vata's high, okay? You're doing too much. You're moving too much. You're just out of control. Thinking too much. And then there's even worse. It's like individual little pellets, okay? You don't want this. Because you look at the colon and you got these little grooves in the colon. We go to the rectum, right? The cecum, the ileocecal valve, comes from the small intestine. If you have hard little pellets, just pack it in here. They'll build up. Because this is all like soft tissue. The whole colon, it's very delicate in some ways. But if you're loading it up with rabbit pellets, you know, potato chips, your little veggie crisps, and snacking on raw foods and nuts, and that building up, that hardness will push out. And diverticulosis is when like pocketing happens because there's chronic hard stools, and then it'll fill these spots, and then that matter will get stuck, and then it'll get worse, and then it'll get worse, and you don't want your colon to be perforated by hard stools. And this is a chronic condition that happens over a long period of time, but like this is one of the things that we look at in Ayurveda, where if you have healthy, soft, fully formed bowel movements that happen once or twice a day on a regular basis, they float, they don't sink, they're not filled with that sticky, heavy, dense ama. That's what we're looking for. So let's get back. There's our sun boy. So that was Mridu Katina. That's a great way to look at that spectrum. Sthira Chala. So stable, mobile. If you have say someone who has too much mobile quality happening, they have like if they have Parkinsonism, kampavat, like this tremoring, that's something of too much mobile quality. And we do things to stabilize it, so to stabilize our lifestyle. That's a really extreme example. I'm going to draw it back because I can't really speak to that directly. There's a whole chain of things like upper motor neuron lesions that are happening that are causing miscommunication, blah blah blah. That's a whole other disease. But if you just simply have like tremors, like I don't know if you can see it. My hand, I don't have the steadiest hand. And that's a sign of increased mobile quality in my system. Mobile quality is of Vata dosha, and that's what's giving me this experience and this information that I get to respond to now. Because I know Ayurveda, because I know what to do. So I regulate my schedule. I set timers to go to bed at a certain time, to wake up at a certain time, to eat at a certain time, to go to, do my yoga practice, my breathing exercises. All of that gets put into a schedule so that there's a stable container and a place for everything. There's also herbs and foods. Like ashwagandha is a great, stable, dense, static herb. It's building and nourishing. It soothes and nourishes the nervous system. And that's something that also will help bring down vata. It'll reduce the amount of tremoring that'll happen. And sthira chala, right? Mobile things need stability. Cool. Sukshma stula, so subtle, gross. So subtle things. Sound is really subtle. Thoughts are really subtle. Suggestions are really subtle. Advertising can be really subtle. You get like a flash of a Mountain Dew can 2 seconds before your favorite TV show comes on. You get flashes of Mountain Dew in your head. That's just a thing. It's a really short window, but just that quick reminder, it's a well-known brand, like subtle. Whereas gross, like if somebody is like, apparently, this is going to advertising, apparently just saying, this is a paid promotion. This is what we're doing. We're being upfront. We're being in the open. This is a large scene thing. The subtle body is that more energetic, deeper levels, like Reiki. Like you can't see that. Aromatherapy. It's like another way to impact your mind and energy system. You can't see those things, but that's what's happening. So subtle, gross. Gross versus subtle. We look at those things. If things are too gross or if you're pushing too out in the world, well, dang, like, let's get it a little calmer. Let's look at your internal world to see how your outer world is being manifest. I'm getting esoteric with this, but it's valid and important stuff because we need to understand there's both sides of reality happening. And if you don't address one, you can't succeed in the other. So, Vishada Pichala, sticky, clear. Really easy one, just to go back to like if you have a clogged, congested throat, if you're drinking sugary beverages that are sticky, cloudy, if you're eating foods like ice cream, cloudy, some really simple, easy examples, but they're happening in our lives all over the place, and you need to take this with a creative mind. Have some fun with this. Like I'm doing my best just to have fun with like this whole presentation. Like we have to engage with these things and understand, okay, these qualities are all over the place and we can find them where we perceive them. And it's not like you need somebody to tell you how to see them. You can have a teacher and I can like give you suggestions or insights and my own perspective and say, oh, well, like this is going to be more cloudy than that or whatever. Clear, something that's like clearing, like ginger tea will clear you out. It'll decongest you. It's pungent, it's light, it's sharp, it will penetrate. It's fantastic. It's a digestive restorative herb, ginger. It's fantastic for the GI tract. It regenerates it. So consider Rasayana, rejuvenative herb for digestion. So that's my blast of 20 minutes of the Gunas. So if you like this video and you want to see more of this stuff, leave me a comment and let me know that you do. Feel free to subscribe if you're interested in like anything that I'm up to, and thanks for checking in. Good again, healing. Later.